All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back. It's me, Addy, again, and it's been a little minute since we sat down here on the main channel to do a reaction/discussion video. And I mentioned the main channel in specific because it's not like we haven't been checking out stuff at all. We check out live reveals all the time over on twitch.tv/irritableidian during game events and stuff like that. Just this past week, we checked out the Sony State of Play and the Summer Game Fest, both of which were sort of okay. Neither of those two blew my socks off or anything like that. I think the coolest thing from the Sony State of Play was the Astrobot trailer. Astrobot, the little dude from the Playroom on PlayStation, is getting his own full-fledged game, and I think it looks pretty damn solid. And as well, during the Summer Game Fest, which we checked out the other day, there were only really two things that stood out to me, and those two things I already knew were happening. And those were Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I am a huge Dragon Ball/Dragon Ball Z fan, and I've played so many of the games growing up. The Tenkaichi fighting game series is one of my favorites of all time, and so to see it return in such an epic way with Sparking Zero is incredible. But yeah, like I said, we've already known about Sparking Zero, but we finally got a release date for it, so I'm really excited. It comes out in October. And yeah, the other game was Wukong, which also looks really, really beautiful, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that game. I think it also comes out in October, or it might actually be August. I'll confirm. And if you do want to check out the VODs of my full reactions to those events, you can find those on my second YouTube channel. That's Irritable Archives, linked in the description below. Or you can go to Twitch itself, twitch.tv/irritableidian, also in the description. Yeah, aside from those games there, nothing insanely earth-shattering happened during those events or anything like that. But today, the Xbox Games Showcase happened as well, and unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to check that out live on stream together, because I had some stuff to take care of in the afternoon. But that doesn't mean we can't now sit down and check out the highlights from that event. So yeah, I had a chance to look at a list of a lot of the things that were revealed today at the Xbox Games Showcase, a lot of which stands out to me and are things that I'm excited for personally. I haven't seen the trailers for those things yet though, so that's exactly what we're going to be checking out today together in this video. But that's not where the fun ends tonight, for at the end of this video there are two very special videos that I want to check out as well, both of which came out some time ago now, especially the first one, which came out all the way back in February, and those are the Elden Ring DLC trailers. DLC trailers for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. Now, I'm a huge Elden Ring fanboy. I'm a huge sucker for anything and everything from Software. Bloodborne's my second favorite game ever made. So you can betcha that the next big thing I'm going to be doing on my Twitch channel is streaming through Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, which comes out in less than 2 weeks now. I cannot believe we're already here and it's just right around the corner. Man, I'm so excited just thinking about it. Admittedly, I watched a little bit of the first trailer when it came out back in February. That was the gameplay reveal for Shadow of the Erdtree, but it didn't really have my full undivided attention, and that was an intentional decision I made. Basically, my brother and I were watching it on TV, but I was sort of watching it as background noise because I didn't want to get super invested 3 months before the release of the DLC, because if I did, I would lose my mind. I would be like, why isn't it here now? I need it now. God dang it, I need this DLC now in my life, and it's not here, and I'm sad. And then the second trailer rolled around too, I believe a couple weeks ago now, somewhere in May, I want to say. That kind of rhymed. And that one I did not check out at all. I decided I'm going to wait as long as I can, as close as I can, until the release date of Elden Ring's DLC, and then check out all the trailers when it's time, so that, you know, we can get hyped up when it's right around the corner, because that's when we're going to feel at our best about, you know, the DLC coming out. And I figured, hey, since we're doing this special video today where we're just going to be, you know, sitting back, relaxing, and checking out a bunch of trailers that I missed out on, that this would be probably the best time to do exactly that. So yeah, sit back and relax, guys. Grab your favorite drink. We're going to be checking out some of the trailers from the Xbox Games Showcase that happened earlier today, as well as the two Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree trailers at the end of this video, and then talking about all the awesome jazz within all of these. And once again, if you want to check out my SGF reaction and the Sony State of Play reaction, the full ones are on my second channel and on Twitch. So yeah, keep that in mind if you want to see those. So the very first thing we're going to check out here in our series of reactions tonight is the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater update. And for the two of you who don't know what this is basically the remake to Metal Gear Solid 3 One of the greatest games ever made. And for a bit of context, background intel, and a bit of a confession, right, just before we start this, I've actually not played the original MGS3, as blasphemous as that sounds. In fact, I've not played any of the Metal Gear games besides the 5th one, which to this day remains my favorite stealth game ever. I adored Metal Gear Solid 5. And I'm a big fan of Kojima and his work. I think Death Stranding is my 3rd favorite game ever made. And a lot of you may know that who've checked out my channel in the past that I'm a massive Death Stranding fanboy and I cannot wait for the 2nd game. But yeah, I digress. Even though I didn't play MGS3, I did watch a long Let's Play of it a while ago on YouTube, many years ago. So I am vaguely familiar with the story. I can't remember a lot of the things that happen, and so yeah, I'm in the camp of you guys who are really excited for this remake, and I'm just stoked to play this game. Now, closer to the release of this game, we are absolutely going to be playing through the remastered collection of Metal Gear Solid games, spanning from the 1st to the 3rd, I believe. I think the master collection that came out back in October features the first 3 games. And so that way we can get nice and prepared for the remake here. I remember checking out the reveal trailer for this with you guys, and I lost my marbles. So yeah, even though once again I haven't played the original MGS3, you can betcha I'm as excited as those of you who have, and those of you who adore this game. So I'm really excited to see the gameplay they have in store for us here in this 2-minute video. I believe it's going to be a bunch of Unreal Engine 5 footage of what the gameplay is going to look like. So let's freaking do this. I've been itching for this gameplay.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet. Approaching Soviet airspace.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains.
Characters look really good.
Sokolov and bring him back to the west.
One thing I have to say is I love how they kept the original voice cast for this.
Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake.
Shit,
I'll be
dude.
referring to you as Snake from now on.
Yeah, Snake looks so fucking good.
This will be a sneaking mission.
Didn't got the same headphones as me.
By the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's specialty.
The environments look
words,
amazing.
Weapons and equipment to procure on site. That goes for food as well.
The little crocodile head was super cool, and
name implies.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment.
David Hayter, let's go.
What crazy idea was this anyway?
So iconic.
The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
This is so dope. Yeah, the movement looks amazing. I'm a big fan of the animations of the movement that I'm seeing. Oh shit, and they got like straight up MGS5 gameplay. Look at that, the way he's interrogating him with a knife. Oh man, I love it. They're actually bringing in a lot of MGS5 DNA into this game retroactively in the remake. MGS5 is, I swear to God, like one of the greatest games I've ever played. That just is completely timeless, I honestly think. The Fox engine was amazing. The boss herself looks really good too. Let's go, man. I'm really excited for this game. Cannot wait to get my hands on it, man, dude.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Flippin' love David Hayter. But yeah, I straight up am just in awe at how good this game looks. The visuals just look incredible. And okay, dude, we're checking this out for sure. This is actually going to be the next video we check out. Spoilers. But yeah, there's a lot of reason to be excited, believe it or not, for MGS3's remake, even though Konami doesn't have the best rep in the world. You know, given how they seem to be using Unreal Engine 5 to the best of their capabilities, they're really pushing it to its limit and pouring what seems to be a lot of heart and soul into this remake, which I love to see. And of course, just that touch of having the OG voice cast back with David Hayter and everything warms my heart. And yeah, like I was sort of mentioning during the trailer, Metal Gear Solid 5, right? It's straight up one of the most timeless looking games I've ever seen or played. I think that the engine that made that game, the Fox engine, was truly just ahead of its time, right? And I wish it was used to make way more things beyond just Metal Gear Solid 5, may its soul rest in peace. So watching this trailer, it was really cool to see how even though they've completely switched up gears and are going the Unreal Engine 5 route, that they've managed to still make it look so good and also retain a lot of the animations and the DNA that went into Metal Gear Solid 5 through the Fox engine within this project. I think that was something that was very surprising to me and something that I'm really happy about seeing. And I just cannot wait to eventually get my hands on MGS3. Like I said, we are absolutely going to be playing the Master Collection with Metal Gear Solids 1, 2, and 3 before going into Delta here, aka the remake for 3, because that is just the absolute best way to go into any remake project in my opinion, and something I've historically done on my streams. Every time a remake is about to come out, if I haven't played the original material, and Resident Evil 4 is a great example of this, I immediately go in and do just that so I can appreciate the remake so much more, and I can't wait to do that with Metal Gear Solid, man, because now is finally the time I'm going to be able to get to play the originals, which I've wanted to play for so long. Especially considering how much I love this series, even though I've not played any of the games besides 5, but have seen a lot of material on them, and just my, admiration for Kojima's work in general, right? Once again, Death Stranding is just, it's the GOAT. It is the GOAT to me. Right now is a good time to be living when it comes to remakes. That's, I think, the last thing I want to say before we move on to the next trailer. So let's go. We're in the golden age of remakes right now. It's a great time to be alive if you're into that kind of stuff. All right, folks, the next trailer that we're going to be checking out, you kind of guessed it because I kind of gave it away, is of course Gears of War E-Day. That rhymed. Now this one might seem kind of strange to some of you folks, considering how I'm pretty sure in the past 5 years of me creating content on this channel and on Twitch, I have never muttered the words Gears of War. I'm convinced I've never even muttered the title of this franchise. So you're probably wondering like, oh damn, shit, okay, Addy's into Gears of War, what's going on here? We need some intel. So Gears of War is actually a franchise that I have a surprisingly close attachment to. Growing up, I played the first 3 games with my best friend, and I lived in a house where we pretty much didn't have internet, so we just went ham on the co-op campaign. We loved the campaign in these games. It was so fun. I still think that the Gears series has some of the best co-op campaign gameplay in the business, and that it's one of those franchises that hasn't been topped when it comes to that kind of stuff. But yeah, we would play the co-op campaign and then occasionally jump into lobbies and 1v1 each other, and then in the 3rd game, we played a bunch of the Horde mode. That was super duper awesome, and so many good memories with it. I actually loved Call of Duty Zombies, I think, so much growing up because I first played Gears of War 3's Horde mode. Just the concept of fighting off waves of enemies coming at you was a blast to me, and I got into that style of gameplay going forward with other franchises as well. So just good times overall with Gears of War and this franchise. It's got a lot of nostalgia for me. I've got a lot of good memories associated with this. But the icing on the cake here is that they couldn't have chose a better time to drop this trailer. The Gears of War E-Day trailer, which by the way, this title is incredible, because not long ago, me and another very, very good friend of mine recently decided to pick Gears of War back up. I saw these on Game Pass and I was like, dude, shit, you gotta play all 3 of these games, because you don't realize it, but these games are incredible. He hadn't played them, and I was like, man, you're missing out. We got to run through these just like old times. Even though he wasn't a part of those old times of Gears of War, I was like, just like old times for me. And hey, I can give you a little glimpse, a little window into the good old times I experienced with these. I'm going to show you why these games are awesome. So yeah, we played through all 3 of the campaigns very recently, probably less than like 3 months ago. Yeah, now we have an E-Day trailer. And the best part about all this is that the first 3 games are about Dom and Marcus. Marcus is the main character and Dom is a secondary character, and it's about their journey through fighting the Locust Hordes. And the new series of games, which I haven't played, which are set many, many years down the line, are no longer about those characters. They're a bunch of new characters and a new storyline and everything like that, even though some of the old ones do return in that too. But now finally with this game, from what I understand, they are going back, right? This is a mega uber prequel, which goes back to when Dom and Marcus were young. So the cool thing is I just got done playing the Dom and Marcus trilogy, and now we are getting what feels like a continuation of that for me personally. It's like they made this just for me. So I'm really excited to check this out. I probably will not stream this on Twitch. I will probably play this off stream with my best friend, but I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse into something that I think I'm really going to enjoy, and something that I am personally, very invested in. And so yeah, let's check this out together. The irritable lore expands, right? Irritable Indian here is into Gears of War, and you should add that to the history books. But here we go. I'm excited to check this out. Like I said, I heard about it, what it's about, the premise. It's a prequel with Dom and Marcus and everything, but I have not seen the trailer yet, but I'm excited to check it out. Gameplay or no. I think it's a pre-rendered one. But this is so cool, man. So it goes back to, yeah, Emergence Day, essentially, right? That's what E-Day is. Height of the battle between the human and the locust. It's young Marcus. Prequels are so good, man. Right, like after, for example, Better Call Saul is my favorite show of all time. Growing an appreciation for the potential that prequels have. I even saw Furiosa in trailers, or I'm sorry, in theaters recently, and that's a prequel too. It's a very good movie. So, yeah, because of things as of late, I'm really excited to see another one. Another game set before everything else. It's so weird seeing Marcus without his beanie. Right? Oh god. Marcus, you can't die. The main character. Oh, that's good. Dom pulling him up. He looks so weird, but so cool at the same time with, you know, current generation technology. It's getting me right in the feels with the Mad World music. Shit. Oh man, right in the feels. Let's go, man. Music was, yeah, this is a great trailer. Holy. They directed it super well, especially with the music, the piano at the end, the Mad World theme. I can see that really touching the hearts and souls of a lot of Gears of War players, right? Especially considering, without going into spoilers, the events of Gears of War 3, right? Really nice callback. And also want to say, you know, watching that trailer, I got vibes of a really old school type of Xbox Microsoft game trailer, if that makes any sense, right? It really had a good old school feel to it, like the kinds of trailers we used to get when we were expecting new Halo games or, you know, what have you. It really tapped into that energy for me, and I think that was really cool. So yeah, Gears of War E-Day, I'm probably the most casual player in the sea of Gears of War players that are going to be swarming the gates of this game, because I'm probably not going to mess around with the multiplayer or anything like that online. I'm just in it for the co-op campaign. I hope they keep split screen and all of that. You know, just like the good old days. That's where the fun of Gears lies for me. And maybe some kind of potential co-op mode in the game. Maybe if Horde mode is back or whatever. I don't know. I'm kind of a Gears of War boomer, because I don't know if the new games 4 and 5 featured a Horde mode or whatever. I didn't play them. But you know, if they did, then I hope they bring that back, because that was in Gears 3 and I had so much fun with that. Or you know, something similar. But yeah, I'm really excited for Gears, and I just wanted to share that with you guys here today, and I'm glad we could check out that trailer together. All right, guys, and now we got the last but not least scenario here, before we check out the Elden Ring DLC trailers, of course, with Doom: The Dark Ages. The third and final game that excited me the most from the Xbox Games Showcase that happened today. Now, and you're probably going to be looking at me weird for saying this, because I've said this multiple times and it might be getting on your nerves. I haven't played, are you annoyed yet because I said those words? I haven't played the second Doom game in the series of new ones that have been coming out since 2016. I played the first one in its entirety. I've seen a lot of gameplay of the second one, but I'm yet to run through that from start to finish, and I think it could be a great game to stream before the third one here comes out, which we are absolutely going to be streaming together on Twitch. But yeah, I have so much respect for the Doom series. I think it's one of the most fun game franchises ever. Just some good old-fashioned classic arcadey shooting, just with the most delightful visuals and effects that you could ever see in a game. So I saw a couple of screenshots of this trailer, and I was like, god damn, the aesthetic looks wonderful. And yeah, I can't wait to just go ham in this game, right? That's it. That's all you really gotta say before you go into a Doom game, that you can't wait to go ham. And then the game lets you go ham, and then you're like, yeah, that was an amazing 10 out of 10 experience. So let's check out this 10 out of 10 experience that we are in for. Here we go. Yep, there's the music already. The Music goes so hard in Doom. Before he became a hero, he was a super weapon of gods and kings. So it's kind of like another prequel, pretty much, right? I'm already hooked just from the aesthetic alone, right? It's a gory, gruesome Medal of Doom, but with the Dark Ages. What a mashup. That's all. The only weapon you really need. So Doom is that one game where you could just play the whole game, only one weapon, and still have a blast. He's got like a shield now. There he is. There are the tubbies. Holy goddamn, man. This game looks so fucking fun. I don't even know myself why I haven't played Eternal yet. I have no idea why I haven't played Doom Eternal. And that needs to change. For the Metal Gear games, at least I can give you a sort of excusable reason, which is that, you know, I've had trouble finding the best way to play them because it's kind of tough, you know, trying to access most of the games of that series until now with the Master Collection. But with Doom, there's no reason that I shouldn't have played Eternal by now. I'm just waiting for this, for us to be close enough to this game's release to play Eternal, but god damn, man. Just the aesthetic of it, like seeing dragons and robots and shit. Holy crap. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. The Dark Ages coming 2025. L's to the yells. Yeah, those were 3 trailers definitely worth checking out. They didn't disappoint. I like how we got a lot of gameplay with the Doom trailer as well as the Delta Snake Eater trailer. The Gears of War E-Day trailer, it didn't have any gameplay, and normally I would be like, you know, it's kind of disappointing. I want to see the gameplay, what the game looks like, what I'm getting into. It's always sort of a letdown on some level when you only get a cinematic trailer and nothing else. But dude, that trailer was so good for E-Day. I might just watch it again a few times after this video was done because it was directed so well. And it just taps into so much nostalgia, man. That got me in the feels. It was low-key pretty moving, especially if you're an OG fan of the Gears series. So yeah, 3 games I am uber excited for and cannot wait to check out when they come out. Interestingly, none of these games have release dates. Doom 3 here, Doom the Dark Ages, is probably the one that's closest to having anything like that and has a release window of 2025. But we'll see. Here's hoping that we don't have to wait forever for these games because, yeah, they look pretty awesome. And I think out of all of these games, the one that I'm the happiest about seeing, you know, being very promising, it's definitely got to be Delta Snake Eater, the Snake Eater remake. Just call it that. I feel weird saying Delta Snake Eater. New Doom game, we were never worried about it looking bad. We know it's going to be rad. And with Gears of War, none of us really knew what to expect. I think most people thought we were going to get a Gears of War 6, aka a sequel to 5 set in the future, but no, and so we got something even better, I think, for a lot of people can agree, which is, yeah, something that straight up goes back to the good old days of the series. So yeah, all these things just completely blew me away. And I think that maybe the Xbox Games Showcase, or not maybe, I think it was the best event that happened this past week, for sure. I might be back in a few days to check out the Nintendo Direct as well. I think that could be really fun. I have no idea what to anticipate in that, but that's the cool thing about Nintendo Directs. They're always full of, they're sort of mystery boxes. They're full of surprises, right? Really, you can make that argument for any of these events, but I know I get that vibe more with the Nintendo Directs than anything else. You just never really know what Nintendo's gonna be cooking is what I guess I'm trying to say. But all right, guys, enough yapping out of me. It is time now, not to end the video, but for the grand finale with the 2 Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree trailers that we gotta check out here. I cannot be more excited to finally watch these. Is gonna be a blast. Let's just do this. Oh, the Elden Ring. Here it is. 3 months ago, man. Can you believe it? February 21st, 2024. It does not feel like, I don't know what's happening with time. It doesn't even feel like that long ago that the very first gameplay reveal of Elden Ring's DLC went up. So yeah, like I said at the start of this video, I have technically watched this, right? But I wasn't paying much attention to it because I'm like, I'm gonna take a little peek. We were playing it on my TV, so I was kind of taking a peek. And I wasn't, then I was. because I was like, I don't want to get too fixated on this. I don't want to get too absorbed. I don't want to, you know, be too heavily invested, because then I'm just going to be sad that the DLC isn't here yet. But now that it's about to be, it's finally time to delve into this. So let's do it, guys. Can't wait. Can't wait to actually absorb all of this. Absorb the insight. Blessed Miyazaki, give us the insight.
Pure and radiant, he wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men.
So obviously talking about Mikola, right? That's Moog. I guess we gotta kill him, go up to the cocoon there, interact with it, and then we get into the DLC realm. The Shadow Realm, or whatever it's gonna be called. I don't know. Oh god, it looks so good. And I've been seeing information and stuff on Twitter, people saying Miyazaki is saying that this DLC is going to be this long, but people are like, it's going to be way longer than he says because he tends to undersell things. And I'm like, Miyazaki is the man, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if he's massively underselling how big this DLC is.
Place, blood must spill.
As always, the world design is beautiful. The character designs. Look at the biomes. The music's giving me chills.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
I saw some people who got early access riding their horse around that giant thing. It's a little clip on Twitter. I watched too much, so I don't want too many spoilers. As always, like the enemy designs, biomes, and second to none, man. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but From Software is absolutely my favorite developer in the business right now. No denying it.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction?
So is that Mikola? I wonder.
So bereft of light.
The voice acting's great. So I really hope we get a boss. I'm going to sound like a sadist for saying this, but I hope we get a boss as difficult as Millennia. Dude, the pugilism stuff. Oh, that looks so dope. I got to try that out. I'm probably going to do my very heavy, clunky strength power stance build that I did on my first run of Elden Ring. We're going into this shit in like New Game Plus 3, man. I'm scared. Because we got all the trophies for Elden Ring, and we're now in NG Plus 3, I think, as a result, so...
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death in the embrace of Vesma's flame.
Come now. Touch the withered arm and travel to the...
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really tough boss.
I will not be far behind.
His new abilities look so cool. Hell yeah, man. That's how you do a trailer. I'm so glad we watched this. So that's, I don't know, was that Mikola or was that Marika? I don't know. I gotta say right now, I forgot to kind of like preface this, but yeah, there you go, June 21st. This, by the way, I gotta add, I'm just gonna brag about this. This month's my birthday month. My birthday is on June 16th, and like, just want to let you all know that all the coolest shit in the world is coming out this month. A bunch of awesome TV shows, a Elden Ring DLC. Right now is a good time for me to be alive. I'm gonna say that. But yeah, like I was saying, I probably should have prefaced watching this trailer by saying that I am not the biggest lore nut in the world for Elden Ring. In fact, as cool as I think the lore and the world building is, I don't think it's my favorite out of all the From Software games. I think that still goes to Bloodborne. Bloodborne, I am a freaking lunatic when it comes to that game's world and story. I'm always looking at it with a magnifying glass, watching people's videos, reading threads and theories. I love the world of Bloodborne and its story. With Elden Ring, I absolutely appreciate what they created, but I'm not as invested in it as I am with Bloodborne story. But yeah, I can appreciate what we're getting, and I still think it's super cool, and I still think that From Software's abstract storytelling and their ability to kind of divulge things very indirectly and through subtle clues and whatnot is, you know, some of the best storytelling I've seen in the business. I think it's second to none, and they have absolutely continued that tradition here with Elden Ring, and if not, you know, peaked with their approach to it. And I think it's a good thing I'm mentioning all this because of the next trailer that we're about to see, which is the story trailer, the one that I haven't seen at all. So here it is, folks, the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree story trailer, only 2 weeks ago. Here we go. Here we go. I've not seen this one at all, bro. God, I'm glad we're seeing this now. I'm so glad I stuck with my plan of not watching this until
The kind
we're close.
Of the beginning.
'Cause I'm so hyped right now.
The seduction and the betrayal.
I'm gonna pay attention to this.
An affair from which gold arose.
Dang. The cinematic it looks beautiful.
And so too was Shadow born.
It's the iconic pose right there with the rune, right?
What followed was a war unseen.
Scary ass
One
giants.
that could never be put to song.
Holy hot damn.
A purge without grace or honor. The tyranny of Mesmer's flame.
You saw that creature in game. It's amazing to me how the in-game graphics look amazing as well, right? It's not like we're seeing a cinematic and going, oh man, it looks so much better than in-game. We're like, yeah, this looks beautiful, but so does the in-game visuals. Right? The in-engine gameplay stuff. What a fucking video game. This deserved all the awards in the world. It absolutely did. And it won them.
And so kindly Miquella would abandon everything.
Interesting.
His golden flesh. His blinding strength. Even his fate. But we are not deterred. We choose to follow. Will you walk with us?
Interesting, man. And the music, every time I get chills from it. It's so good. Music is so sick. Interesting. I still don't really fully understand everything, but damn, do I know it's still going to be a very compelling experience that I just absolutely want to explore every nook and cranny of. Hey, Griffith. Forgot about this dude that you can be at the start with that helmet. And once again, this is the other absolutely wild thing to me about Shadow of the Erdtree, right? The fact that they are approaching it like it is a full-fledged game that has its own pre-order bonuses and everything like that, like its own collector's edition, I'm pretty sure. Which, I mean, they should. I ain't gonna complain about that, considering just how expansive this is shaping up to be. Like, straight up, this could be, depending on how big it ends up being, considered an Elden Ring 2. Right? We don't need an Elden Ring 2 a la Dark Souls 2 or Elden Ring 3 a la Dark Souls 3. I think the expansion itself is the sequel. I wonder how they're going to top this, man. I mean, I'm kind of going off topic here, but I just wonder how From Software in the future going forward are going to top what they created with Elden Ring on a technical scale. Like, I still think that Bloodborne is the best game they've ever made because of what it does for me subjectively, but I feel like objectively separating my feelings from the matter, I think that, yeah, of course, Elden Ring is the best game that they have ever made and one of the best games of all time. So yeah, I just want to end all this by saying that I'm really excited for Shadow of the Erdtree, and for those of you who are as well, I hope you have a magical time playing it, and I just can't wait for what From Software comes up with next beyond Elden Ring itself. It's just going to be it's awesome to be able to look forward to stuff like this, right? Just it's really good to be optimistic and be excited, and yeah, that's why I love video games. That's ultimately why I love them at the end of the day. They just fill me with this happiness and fill me with this optimism that I don't really find anywhere else, if I'm being very honest. But yeah, this has been a really fun time today, you guys. It's been really fun checking out all this stuff with you folks. I hope you all are excited for stuff as I am. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below about all this. But yeah, until the next one, take care of yourselves, guys. This is probably going to be the last discussion video I make here in a while, unless there's something crazy that happens at the Nintendo Direct. In that case, I'll be back with my ass in this chair, checking out whatever that crazy stuff is with you folks once again. Either on stream or off, like in this video here. So stay tuned for that if that happens. But otherwise, next time you guys are going to see me will be on Twitch. Twitch.tv/irritableidian, playing through the Elden Ring DLC, of course, on June 21st when that's out. That's the next big thing after our crazy playthrough of Rebirth that just transpired. That is going to be taking up a mondo amount of our time on the platform. So I'll see you guys there for that one. But until then, take very good care of yourselves. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive. And as always, keep on keeping on.